Havir harim chavul kayayin B'leach oranim Nisa b'ruach ha'arbayim Im kol ha'amonim Urtal gemat ilan ba'even Shkuya ba'alom Agir asher b'dad yoshevet u'liva Yishalayim shalom Yishalayim Moshe Yishalayim Adonai Shirayim Ani Kino Yerushalayim Shalom, Adonai Shirayim, Ani Kino Shabbat Shalom. This is a special Shabbat, and this Shabbat we started with Yerushalayim Shel Zahav, Jerusalem of gold. This week we celebrate Yom HaAtzmaut, Israel Independence Day, and scattered through the service there will be several pieces of music that we don't always do that are specific to the holiday and the celebration of Yom HaAtzmaut. It also happens to be the Torah portion for the combined sections known as Acharemot, after the death of two men who came too close to God's being and were killed, and Kedoshim, the Holiness Code, which we will talk about later. The Holiness Code replicates, well, you'll find out later. We move ahead as we light the candles for Shabbat, and I'm going to move slowly as the camera follows me over this way and to the candles. And we remember, when we light the candles, we remember two words from the Lecha Dodi prayer. Shamor, to guard. Zachor, to remember. When we get to the first verse of Lecha Dodi, remember those words, because you will hear them in the beginning. And it is upon us to bring the light of Shabbat to us. You also close your eyes at this point. Why? People have asked me, Rabbi, why do we do that? Now you'll find out. Because once you light the Shabbat candles, Shabbat has begun. And you cannot, once you do the blessing, you can't light the candles. Shabbat has begun, the action has happened. So you light the candles before, and then you close your eyes, and after the blessing, you open your eyes, and that is the first thing you see of Shabbat. And so we do that, and now that we have successfully lit the candles, we saunter back over here during this particular Shabbat, where we are still dealing with the coronavirus, and we together do the blessing, Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat. Remember what I told you about Shamor and Zachor at the candle lighting when we get to it in the first verse. Shemei Rabbah, Ve'amad v'rachilutei v'yamlich malchutei, V'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei l'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, u'bizman kariv, Lemuru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevarach, L'olam ulam me'almaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitba'ar, V'yitramam, V'yitnasei, V'yithadar, V'yithalev, V'yithalal, Shemei V'kudisha, B'richu, Le'elam, Kol B'ilchata V'shirata, Tushbichata V'mechemata, Da'amiram Be'alma, Imiru, Amen. Baruch Hu, Et Adonai, Abivorach. Baruch, Baruch Adonai HaMorach, Le'olam, Le'olam, La'ed. Baruch Hu et Adonai Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidbaro ma'ariv oravim, b'chachma poteach sha'arim, u'bidvuna mishaneh itim, u'machalif et hazmanim, u'msader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem, barakia kirtzono. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mibnei choshech v'choshech mibnei or, uma'avir yom umevi layla, umavdir bein yom uvein layla, l'nai tzvaot shemo, el chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv, aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, in whose power we call you the Ever of evenings. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'ribarata bam B'shivtecha b'veitecha, uv'lechtecha v'derech, uv'shachtecha uv'kumecha, uv'kshartam le'od al yedecha, v'hayu l'todafot ben einecha, uv'tavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uv'yisharecha, lema'an tizkeru, Va'asitem et komitzvotai, V'hitan kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, lehiot lachem leElohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot. That wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt. That there is a better place, a promised land. That the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness. That there is no way to get from here to there, except by joining hands, marching together. Ya ba ba bim bim bami, ya ba ba bim bam, ya ba ba bim bim bami, ya ba ba bim bam, ay 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 ay, ya ba ba bim bam, ay 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 ay, ya ba ba bim bam. Hi chavo chava edi matonai, hi chavo chava makodesh, no vahilot ozei kele, no vahilot ozei kele. Hallelujah, Kavah, Kavah, okay, I am lifting Hashem Miriam, ve'elite ini amu ve'amu, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Yifada Adonai et Yaakov, Ugalom Yachazak Imenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Ya'al Ashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom Ve'hamideinu Shokreinu L'chaim. Ashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom Ve'hamideinu Shokreinu L'chaim. Ashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom Ve'hamideinu Shokreinu L'chaim. V'chos oleinu tzurkatzunecha, V'chos oleinu tzurka. Ashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom Ve'hamideinu Shokreinu L'chaim. Ashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom Ve'hamideinu Shokreinu L'chaim. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and Raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. And guard the Shabbat, children of Israel, to make the Shabbat forever a covenant. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam, ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, because in 6 days Adonai made et hashemayim, the heavens, ve'et ha'aretz, and the earth. Uvayom hashvi'i, and the seventh day, Shabbat vayinafash, is a day on which we rest. Adonai sifetai tiftach, u'piyah gidi latecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibur v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mei Gula V'ivnei V'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Abraham Ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atah Rab le'Hoshia, Mechalkel chayim b'chesed, Mechayei hakol b'rachamim rabim, Zomech noflim b'rofei cholim, U'matir asurim, U'mekayim emunato, Lishenei apar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, U'mito melech, Melech memit u'mechayeh, U'matzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'hachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kedoshim b'chol yom yahalalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. We continue in silence. Peace to Israel, your people forever. for you are the sovereign God of all peace. May it be pleasing to you to bless your people Israel in every season and every moment with your peace. As I said, it is Yom HaAtzmaut. And so there are some things that we sing today slightly different. Turn us to you, and we will return. Renew our days of old. And we sing this because the state of Israel lives. Hashivenu Adonai et Hashuvah Kadesh Yameinu Kekeretem. Hashivenu Adonai Elecha We spend a moment to offer prayer for those in need of healing, be it physical, spiritual, or emotional. Our hearts go out especially this week to Richard Goldsmith, who underwent a surgical procedure this week. We look forward to his refuah shlema, his full and complete recovery, as we do for each and every one of us. Bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Those in need of healing, Yehi Ratzon. May this be God's will. And I just for 1 second take the guitar off so that we can talk for just a moment. Well, yes. Okay. What I'd like to talk about is this week's Torah portion. And while I could talk about Acharei Mot, which translates as after the death, and it's after the death of two men who came closer to the Ark of the Covenant, the Ark was going to fall over. And because of a lack of faith, that God would take care of it. They came too close to God, and so they died. What I want to talk about today, though, is the second Torah portion, Kedoshim. Kadosh, 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 holy, holy, holy. Kedoshim includes something right from the beginning, right from Leviticus 19, verse 1, which is called the Holiness Code. And what it is, in some sense, it's a recapitulation. It mirrors some of the Ten Commandments. Not all of them, but some are mentioned. But the thing that I want to talk about today, briefly, is that it says, I, Adonai, I, the Lord your God, will be holy because you are holy. And I start to wonder, does God's holiness come from us giving holiness to God, ascribing it to God, or is it because our combined actions, when they are holy, create strength for Adonai? In other words, how far do we have to go to strengthen our God when we ask God to strengthen us? And if we don't, if we just think that it's all on God to do it, are we missing the point? Are we just plain missing the point? Just, I am holy because you are holy. I wonder if Martin Buber's I-Thou relationship, that book called I-Thou, has some value here. I am who I am because you allow me to be that. And in this verse, this Leviticus 19, God seems to ascribe the authority of holiness to us, to the people. And we, in return, give it to God. If that's so, then perhaps we can equally make each other holy. We can bring holiness to each other. You shall be holy because I am holy. If we try to ascribe to the things that bring us closer to Kadosh, to holiness, yes, we make God holy, but we can make each other holy as well. Well, I wonder if that doesn't help us to evolve the partnership that we have had with God from the beginning. Think about that. Think of the power, not that God has, but that God gave to humanity. We together, with right thinking, right actions, caring actions, concerned actions, can create holiness which we in turn can give to God. I find that an enormous challenge every day. And although I don't succeed every day, one of my favorite songs has the chorus, and if I've repeated it, said it before, please excuse, but it fits perfectly now. The obsession's in the chasing, not the apprehending. The pursuit you seek, but never the arrest. The Rabbanim of the Talmud suggest that we can chase after holiness all our lives, every day, and never reach the goal. But even though we can't reach the goal, it doesn't allow us to stop the trying. It doesn't allow us to stop because we feel we haven't reached the apex where we need to be. How holy is holy enough? Think about that one through this Shabbat weekend. How holy is holy enough? When does God become the face of enough holiness for us to share, to ascribe to try and reach out, to touch, and to bring into us? That's your lesson and your challenge for this Shabbat. To reflect and say, if I had to make a list of the things every day that make me holy, where am I? Do I even have a list? And if I don't, I'll start on this Shabbat, the Shabbat of the Holiness Code. Shabbat Shalom. We continue now with the Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon ha'kol, l'teit gedula liyotzei bereshit, shelo asanu kigoyei ha'aratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechla hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינת עוזו בגותי מרומים Hu Eloheinu ein od emet malkeinu epesulato kakatuv bitorato biadatayom vashivota elevavecha ki Adonai hu ha-Elohim Vashamayim mima'al ve'aretz mitachat ein od v'ne'emar ve'haya Adonai lemelech al kol ha'aretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad u'shemo echad. We now remember those whose yahrzeits occurred this week. We think of all those who have been lost, and especially those lost at the hand of the oppressor, including over 1.5 million children taken through the Holocaust. Yet Gedal v'yet Kedash Shmei Rabbah Be'almadi v'lach chilutei v'yamnich malchutei B'chayei chone v'yomei v'chayei v'chol Beit Yisrael Ba'golav izman kariv v'ymeru Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevarach L'Olam Olamei Amaya. Yet Barach V'Yishtabach. Yet Ba'ar V'Yet V'Mam V'Yet Naseh. V'Yet Adar V'Yet Halel V'Yet Halal Shmei B'Kudsha V'Yichu. Le'elam in Kol Birchata V'Shirata. Tushbechata V'Nechemata. Da'amiram Ba'alma V'Meru Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemayim V'Chayim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'Meru Amen. Oseh Shalom V'Ramav. Huya Aseh Shalom. Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'Meru Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. And what we will do tonight, as we do Kiddush and Motzi, we come back over to here. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen. For those of you who would like to do the full Kiddush, please feel free. We just have a little time issue, and so we are doing the first blessing, the first part of it. I look forward to the time when we are all here together and don't have to worry about that. And that will be the miracle of Voila Chala. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Let us remember the miracle of the state of Israel on this day. May the miracle of Israel and of the Jewish people live forever and ever. Shabbat Shalom.